All right, folks, we've got a spicy one here for you. You may recognize these two Crusaders from their regular appearance on stream. We've got Grixis Delver versus Blue-White Control. And Patrick Narsavage is doing an annoying voice right now. If our stream runner could tell him to knock it off, that would be...
he's worried about his keep.
Yeah.
It's probably like one land, double visions, and then a bunch of good stuff. But
so I don't think anyone is favored in this matchup. I think what both players do is they play the whole 60 minutes, they go to time, they draw, they go home and cry.
All right, that could happen. Patrick also mentioned how he might just die to a turn 1 Delver, which seems unlikely to me given that he has D-Sphere and Supreme Verdict, but you never know.
So Eddie is doing something interesting with this Grixis Delver list. I was talking to him earlier about it. He's actually playing hand disruption, clearing the way before he plays his Delvers. I think that's fine. That's not typically the way Delver's played.
Sure.
Delver is usually stick. Now it works better in Legacy where you have days and force, but usually you like to stick a Delver, flip it, and then beat, not clear the way. If you're going to be clearing the way, you might as well be playing Death Shadow.
Yeah. I mean, Thoughtseize seems kind of good in this matchup, though.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean,
ooh. Okay, maybe that's why Patrick was worried about the keep. His man is kind of awkward here.
Yeah, I do not understand the Glacial Fortress and the Colonnade decks. I understand Glacial Fortress in non-Colonnade decks, but there are hardly any blue-white decks that would play a fast land or a check land and not play Colonnade. One light exception would be like, you know, a mid-range Bant deck, but even then you'd probably rather have Hinterland Harbor in that slot because for the green.
Yeah.
But I don't understand people playing Glacial Fortress with 4 Colonnades.
Patrick's hand here's got double Detention Sphere, Spreading Seas, Verdict, Logic, Knot,
So
Negate.
this hand, wow, he has no cards in the yard to pay for Logic Knot.
That is correct. So that's
that is
right
real
now.
bad. I think you take. It depends on what's in your hand.
Yeah, Eddie's got a Thought Scour, a Bolt, a Spell Snare,
an
and
Island,
a Snapcaster as well. So Spell Snare deals with Spreading Seas and Negate, so probably don't take those. No, he's gonna take Spreading Seas.
That doesn't make sense. Maybe just because Spreading Seas is the only card he can really cast, and he can try to draw himself out of this.
Well, you do an Island.
Okay.
Player is already coming ready with their new unstable island.
Yeah. So those things don't look good on the field. They don't. They like blend in. It almost looks like a card is upside down. Like I like them in person, but it looks like that looks like it's a turned over blue sleeve.
Yeah, that is true. Actually, it is very similar to the.
Yeah, but I think they look cooler in person than they do on camera. I saw some in person earlier, and I was impressed. I might pick up some foils for Naya. Are you gonna go for the swamps for your mono black Eldrazi deck?
No, I gotta go with the ones with the Hedrons.
Oh, sure. Folks, check out Mario's article on...
Not my article.
He didn't write it yet.
An article about my deck.
Yeah, I think Jake the Lake Valentine wrote it. And
it's about my my foray into Modern with a mono black Eldrazi deck. So if you go to our website, topdeckproductions.com, you can see a little review of it if you want to see the type of deck I want to play in Modern. Yeah,
if you wanna be bad in Modern, play mono black.
Perfect opportunity.
Very inexpensive. Very bad cards.
It's pretty expensive.
I don't believe anything I'm saying. I actually think the deck is super good. Mario is he struggles to tell me his bad matchups, and I believe it. I think the deck has a lot of very well-rounded. You know, it's a good mid-range deck, but it sometimes can put on a heater of a clock.
So for those who play Modern, imagine playing against Eldrazi-tron, but before they play the Reality Smasher, they take 3 cards out of your hand.
Right.
It's rough.
Yeah. And you got Night's Whisper in there too.
Yeah.
Easy card advantage, man. Easy.
So we're going for Snapcaster, Thought Scour here at Patrick's end step.
That seems fine.
Yeah. Terminate. Well, don't want that. And land. Don't need that. And
yeah. So that is the struggle here for Eddie in game 1 is he has a lot of dead cards.
Yeah, but he can mill them with Thought Scour.
Sure. He can mill them with Thought. That's actually why I put him in the deck.
Exactly.
I wanted to have these bad cards. So oh, is that a full art negate?
No, it's a mana leak in there.
Or that's what I mean. Yeah, full art mana leak. That's pretty sweet. Full art negate's got the orange bubble on it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, yeah.
The melting away.
So this seems a little strange to me, considering
that we have
know about the verdict.
Yeah, you know about the verdict. I'm not sure why you play out.
We're not countering that one. Whew. All right, guess we don't care about the verdict.
How? I don't understand. Did he forget about the verdict? Did he not write it down?
I don't know.
I mean, I think you just lose the game here.
That's possible.
Don't you just lose the game? Eddie's thinking,
All right. Didn't seem great.
Yeah, Patrick just, I want to quote here so I don't misrepresent it. Patrick just said, no one expects the Spanish Supreme verdict. But Eddie definitely could have expected it.
Yeah.
I think Eddie just, it's Friday night. Eddie's not writing down, I don't think he wrote down those cards in hand. So didn't have them written down, didn't remember.
Fetch also seems like a bit of a missequence. Am I correct in that regard?
Did he just play that? Maybe he's leaving up that delta. But yeah, generally if you're going to crack that delta sometime soon, you want to do that first. So I don't know how Eddie comes back from this one.
Yeah, that verdict really really put a damper on his pretty solid otherwise board presence.
Search for Ascant. You got to spell snare that. Yeah, please spell snare it.
You're going to get logic knotted, but at least you make him do something. Oh, he's just going to negate it.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess that's.
I guess he values the logic not more highly, because it's more flexible.
All right, so we left a card on top, and now we are fetching our polluted delta.
So is Patrick playing multiple logic knots?
Maybe 2.
Have we talked about this?
Yeah. We have talked about how playing a lot of logic knots is bad, especially when you're playing Snapcaster.
Yeah. I'd rather see a disallow. If we have 2 or 3 logic knots, I'd rather see 1 or 2 logic knots than a disallow.
So
You heard it here first.
Yeah, I really. So is Eddie new to playing Grixis Delver?
Yeah, I think this is his first night sleeving it up.
All right, that
Eddie plays a lot of decks.
That shows a bit.
He's played Through the Breach. He's played maybe Jund and Elves and all kinds of things. But he was playing Grixis Shadow. I think he wanted to switch it up for Delver. I'm not sure if that means he just took out 4 Shadows and put in 4 Delvers.
Yeah, he could be.
But because, like I said, he's playing the hand disruption.
Yeah. I think I did see a Kolagon's command in his deck.
Yeah, K command's pretty sick. So.
All right, so here's another vision. This time we do not have a fetch land to mess ourselves up, as it were.
So Thoughtseize is actually okay here.
Yeah.
You can try to clear the way for a threat.
Yeah, once Eddie finds a threat.
But Eddie has no threat because he lost a whole bunch of them to Verdict.
So we're just going to Thoughtseize right now, it looks like? Or maybe Eddie's Thought Scouring. Nope, we're going to Thoughtseize.
Okay, yeah.
So we still have 2 of these spheres that
so
made hard to deal
Patrick,
with.
Yeah, Sphere interacts very well with Eddie's deck. It takes, if somehow he gets tokens with Pyro under you, you can sweep them all up.
Yeah.
Answers any creature, big or small. Answers Tasigur and, Delver all the same.
One thing about Search for Azcanta in Modern is that it slightly makes discard spells less harsh because it gets you closer to flipping it.
Sure.
As you get cards taken out of your hand.
I agree with that. I still don't love. I love Search as a one-of. I don't love. I've seen people play 2 of them. That seems like the worst possible thing you can do.
I don't know. I like it. It means that once you
you flip it, you can have the other one. But what value is all the second one does is scry then.
That's very good.
Well, doesn't it already cast Impulse pretty much?
On the land form, but getting to scry every turn is pretty strong.
I suppose. I don't know. That just doesn't seem worth the card like ever. I mean, geez, would you play Prism Array?
No, because that's all 5 colors of mana. Costs 5 to come in and can only do it 3 times or something.
Are you trying to say that was a bad comparison?
Maybe.
Folks, can we get Prism Array on the screen? I think Prism Array was the most underrated card in Limited.
The most underrated card in Limited.
If you paid all 5 colors, you get 5 taps out of that thing. Think about how good Gideon's Lawkeeper is, or Blinding Mage, or you get 5 of those out of it. You get to pay all 5. You can scry 3 every turn once you have those colors.
Only spending all of your mana.
Yeah, every turn. Mario, as we just discussed, scrying every turn is a big deal.
When it's free.
Okay, so I can't keep this. I do like Prism. It's beautiful design on the card. It just needed to be a little bit more fairly costed. The problem was the design could not afford it to be lower than a 5-drop. It would be cool if each each removing a crystal.
Tapped every permanent your opponent controls.
No,
then
no.
It would be fair.
If it put permanents to sleep,
sure.
rather than just tapping creatures. If it put permanents to sleep, that would be sweet, right?
Yeah, I guess. Or if it just tapped all of your opponent's permanents.
I could get behind that. Yeah.
So Eddie has yet to draw another threat. He's just passing the turn here with a bunch of cards in hand. Patrick is now able to activate his great Search for Escanza. Finds a path off that one. Finds another path off the top. So it's very likely that Eddie will not resolve another... Well, he might resolve another threat this game, but it is not long for this world. Mark's having a bit of
check.
Audio.
Hey,
Yeah,
there we are, folks. Don't worry. I know you missed me. Yeah, Prism Array, hell of a card.
Yeah, there's virtually no way Patrick can lose this game.
Yeah, I'm not sure that Eddie was even in a favorable position before he ran those creatures into Verdict. I think this game 1 matchup is just tough because you have so many dead cards, but Eddie definitely could have put up a better fight.
Yeah.
Patrick had a weak starting hand.
Right.
Well, it wasn't weak, but it was iffy. It was
right.
variance dependent because
yeah.
he needed to draw certain lands. But
and now we get to see the slow death at the hand of a 2/1. Although
sure.
Patrick does have Colonnade there if he ever wants to increase the clock a bit.
So do we think Eddie is bringing in Ancestral Vision when he loses?
That's interesting.
I wonder if he decided to sleeve up Delver because he got some spanking new visions from Iconic Masters.
Could be.
That could be, yeah. So path on
Pyro in response to Fatal Push. We already got one Elemental. We're getting another one here with Bolt U. All right.
Okay, that seems okay. We're gonna get some 1/1s down.
Let's see if we have the new full art 1/1s. We do.
Oh baby, those are looking good.
Is that large? Oh, it's sleeved. Okay, I was like, is that just larger than the other token? That's a little weird, but yeah, it's sleeved up.
Yeah. So I'm not sure about the red sleeve on that token. I don't like when sleeves match the color of the deck.
And yeah, it really blends in with the card there. I almost thought it was just a single card.
But that's the thing. If you saw it in person, you would know it didn't actually match. Like, like if you put a blue deck in blue sleeves, the blue sleeves are not going to match the blue on any of the cards or any of the borders. Like, it's going to look. Whereas if you put them in like pink or green or orange, it's got this neat contrast. That's intentional.
He removed the sleeve for you.
Oh, hey, thank you, Eddie. I appreciate that. That was very thoughtful.
Oh, you know what? I bet they can never print sleeves with these unstable art lands on them, right? Because you couldn't distinguish if it was on the front or the back of it.
Yeah. Well, you could if you put like a Wizards of the Coast sign on it or
sure,
something.
yeah.
But
yeah,
it
would be hard.
You're right. Yeah. You would.
Because we know a very popular sleeve is the lands from Unhinged. I see a lot of people with those.
Yeah, those are cool
sleeves.
But yeah, I guess you're. They could defeat the purpose and put borders around them.
Yeah.
But I think putting a Wizards of the Coast emblem would be the easiest thing.
Yeah, sure.
There's probably some other.
There would still be. I mean, I'm sure at some point there would be some miscommunication.
Well, what if they just got rid of the word island and they got rid of the forgery watermark?
I mean, yeah, but it's still very similar.
Yeah, but you could tell, and I think players would know. Like, I don't know, but I guess it'd be like someone could like scum you and like they need a land drop, so they just put down a card in there.
Yeah, put down a card upside down. That could be possible, I guess. So Tassio's going to get Logic knotted here. Sorry, we're having... Mark's mic is on the first tonight. But you might be hearing some weird static on your end.
Check. Okay, there we go.
So it seems very unlikely that our... well, yeah. I was going to say, it seems unlikely that our elemental tokens are getting there. Now they're gone forever, so it's definitely not going to be the case. And here is getting to the trials. Is Eddie's out of cards in hand as well? Yeah, there's no way.
Yeah, so it's looking pretty grim for Eddie. Maybe he's got a top deck Temporal Mastery, and using that he could Temporal Mastery.
Eddie does have a card in hand, actually, but it's just... I
Oh,
think it's relevant.
he's
He has one additional card, yeah. Here's the Field of Ruin. It's going to stop any creature lands that he plays, but I don't think Grixis plays any creature lands, sadly.
Do we think Patrick is playing any Ghost Quarters? Have we seen any?
I doubt it.
I'd be surprised if he took out all the Ghost Quarters for Field of Ruins, but
I think that's what some lists are doing.
I don't like that. Doesn't Field of Ruin cost 2 to activate?
Yeah, but it's just really good.
Yeah, but that seems like not where you want to be against decks like Affinity, right? You don't want to be paying 2 to activate to kill an Inkmoth Nexus or something. But
taking Path instead of Snapcaster.
Yeah, seems fine, I guess.
Well, no, unless we have a Spell Snare, but
well, sure.
I think he does have a Spell Snare. But he may just be dead here. Okay.
Oh, baby.
Add to our list of super friends.
Yeah, Patrick is just soaking it all in right now. So didn't we had the Spell Snare for the Azcanta earlier, but it got negated?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I feel like I hope Eddie has one of those because that's a great way to try to. I mean, like both players want to flip one of those in this matchup, and
yeah, I doubt Eddie's playing one. Seems really bad with Delver.
Oh, because you can't flip.
Yeah. You can't reveal it.
Is that what Azcanta does?
No, I mean like you can't reveal Search for Azcanta to flip Delver over.
Oh, yeah. But it doesn't replace your draws, right? Like you can still flip a Delver when you have one. When it makes the scry.
It actually makes it easier to flip. Delver,
yeah, the scry makes it easier.
I'm saying
like
the card itself in your deck.
Yeah, that's why you'd play like a one of. Like
yeah,
I think the scrying that seems more like a synergy than an anti-synergy.
Well,
I could be wrong.
And then we get to see the Plains. Plains looks pretty nice. The Plains
looks way better than the island.
Well, I don't know about that. The name, how it's in that fog up at the top, it kind of makes it like, you know.
Well, the blue has that too. It's
just
just blends in more.
Okay.
I just don't like how monochromatic the blue looks. It's just not very dynamic.
Yeah, that's true.
Blends in with this. Blends in with these sleeves. Blends in with this table.
Why are we even activating? Okay, well, they're good, great.
All right, scoop them up. Yeah,
I thought Patrick was activating Azcanta there for the Rubbins. I was like, really? Do we need more cards at this point?
Someone get this guy a Sensei's Divining Top. Yeah. So that's the annoying thing about watching. I love watching Blue Eye Control. I think it's fun and interesting to watch. But you know, sometimes I wish players would either scoop earlier or be like the player who's losing to Blue Eye Control would scoop earlier, or that the player who's on Blue Eye Control would play somewhat less cautiously. Because Patrick could have won the game, you know, many turns earlier if he just played lines that were aggressive rather than cautious. And at the end of the day, it's not going to happen in this match probably, but at the end of the day, the Blue-Eye Control players sometimes
go to time.
When you're talking about going to time, playing cautious is actually playing recklessly when you risk losing the game, whereas playing assertively might be the only thing that actually wins you the match. So caution it's a double-edged term there. But yeah, so that one dragged on a little bit longer than it had to. There wasn't much chance for Eddie to come back after he ran into that verdict. Anyway, what are these guys doing for sideboards? Ancestral Vision from Eddie? Do we think that's coming in?
That does seem good.
If you stick one of those on turn one, and then you leave, you've got a Dispel, Negate, back it up when it comes off a Suspend. I mean, that can seal a game. It just seems like Eddie has no answers for Supreme Verdict.
Well, I mean, many decks don't, but he also doesn't have any like sticky threats really. Like all of his guys just die 1-for-1 to anything.
Yeah.
Well, I guess for Pyro, I mean, is decent in that regard, but
right. It's okay, sure, but a Detention Sphere cleans the tokens up, and it seems like a tough way. If Eddie
does he have any Planeswalkers? I mean, like a Lily.
So I was thinking Eddie could I was thinking about that earlier. Eddie has to have a resilient go bigger threat that he plays against other mid-range decks and control decks, and I'm thinking Keranos would be a good one, but I don't know if he has Keranos. I don't usually expect to see. No, I think that's the perfect size. I mean, it's not like a Nicol Bolas or something.
That's true.
I think Keranos is the card.
God Pharaoh, who knows?
He could. I think Keranos is the card he wants, but I don't think he has it. And if you're not doing that, you know, he might have something like a Kalidas, you know, to bring it in like the
Yeah.
Adjun. Something just big, but that's no good against blue-white control.
Right.
I can't think of a threat he realistically has that helps him in this matchup.
Lily of the Veil, right? That seems alright.
I don't know if he has it. If he does, sure.
Yeah.
If he does have it, yeah, definitely. I don't think he'll have it. But you could be right. Usually you don't want to play Liliana in counterspell decks because it, you know, counterspell. But it's also not clear how much counter magic Eddie's playing when he's got these discard spells.
What Eddie really wants is a Stormbreath Dragon.
Yeah, I'd play it. What he wants is a Tidespout Tyrant, vintage staple.
What? That isn't like a 6-mana 5 power flyer.
Yeah, and I think whenever you cast a spell, you bounce a permanent.
How is that any better than Stormbreath Dragon?
Well, it's played in a bunch of it's played in Commander and Legacy and Vintage because it does.
It's a reanimation target usually.
Yeah, well, it can also be. People play it as a control finisher.
I guess. Man, what if blue-white control decks played Aetherling as their finisher?
Aetherling's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, Aetherling is a hell of a card. I like it, though. It seems just like worse than Batterskull. Like Aetherling was great in Standard, but Batterskull can protect itself in the same ways with the bounce, and is usually more game-ending. But I don't know. Why not play a Pearl Lake Ancient?
that would be amazing.
Or a Sphinx of the Final Word.
All right, so get a look at Patrick's hand. It's not great, especially if Eddie takes his visions.
I think it's an okay hand still. I mean,
wait, does he even is that a Mystic Gate or a Hallowed Fountain?
It's a Mystic Gate.
Wow, Patrick's hand is not is pretty bad in that regard then, because he has to play this tapped here.
Yeah, it'd be better if it'd be better if that was a Hallowed Fountain, so he could leave the option open of cycling the Prairie Stream.
And then he has double
or not Prairie Stream. Irrigated Farmland.
Do we have another? Yeah, we got another spell. At this point, you probably take the Sphere, I guess.
You could take the Vision still.
He's got a Dreadbore for Jace.
Yeah, Dreadbore seems good. That's good bringing for Eddie. I think taking Visions there might have been a little better given his hand sucks so bad, but
Patrick just drew a Verdict. It'd be real difficult.
I still don't think this hand is bad for Patrick.
Yeah, I mean, drawing Verdict, or I mean, drawing.
It's bad since we know about the Dreadbore, but
it's his only threat, sure.
But think if Patrick puts out Jace, uses its minus ability, and then Eddie Dreadbores it. That's still a 2-for-1 for Patrick.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, Eddie did not hit a third land there.
Oh, that's really bad. Oh, that's really bad. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Well, I hope now we have to have land Lily. Oh, Fatal Push.
Yeah, that's not great.
Oh, right. That's really bad.
Well, Eddie needs to just start throwing spells into like pointless targets so he can get this Gurmag Angler out.
Yeah.
That's his only chance.
Yeah. Well, the sad thing is you can't even Dreadbore an Angel. Oh my God, look at that Angel.
Yeah, that's nice.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, well, that's actually a good play there. Fatal pushing the Angel.
Sure.
Eddie's already on a 14 from all his Thoughtseizes, so.
Oh, this is bad. Though, if he gets lucky, he can cast Angler next turn off of. Oh no, he can't. I was gonna say he could cast off a Thought Scour, but he can't.
Well,
he doesn't have double black or blue black.
Yeah, great. So now he can bolt. Jace here.
I would just Dreadbore it, right?
No.
I don't think you're gonna. The Dreadbore is not gonna have another target anytime soon. You can't kill a Colonnade with it.
Well, that's true. I mean,
I think you Dreadbore it.
You can't kill a Colonnade with Bolt.
Yeah, but Bolt can always go to phase.
The problem is, right, if Eddie needs to get a card in his graveyard so he has a chance to cast Gurmag Angler if he gets a fetch land.
Oh, you mean Bolt with the mountain right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. I can see that. Yeah, that seems fine. It's just that the Dreadbore, I feel like it's going to be a dead card for a long time.
Oh, he did not go for that. Man, I really would have bolted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
No, he couldn't Gurmag Angler anyway.
Yeah, he could. He has 7 mana. If
he bolted, he'd go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, you're right.
And Patrick's tapped out.
Yeah, you're right. Well,
he didn't even need a fetch land. He did.
Yeah.
I guess he was good if he drew a fetch land regardless, but the bolt solidified the fact.
Right.
And he didn't even Dreadbore there. We're gonna terminate the Angel Tone. No. I mean, that's the best target, I guess, but that.
Yeah, not having double red seems really bad for the turn.
Yeah, right. Now he can't kill Jace.
Even if he waited all this time and didn't Angler appropriately, he could have terminated bolted. But yeah, without double red, oh man, brutal. Brutal. I feel bad for Eddie. Is that a Disrupting Shoal? What is that?
No, it's a Thought Scour, I think. Yeah, it's a Thought Scour.
Oh. All right, so
Patrick just passed the turn. Yeah, he didn't even do anything with this Jace.
Yeah, that's because Patrick's
So
bad.
I
He should
guess
feel
you.
bad.
I guess you. No, you don't have enough mana for that. That's unfortunate. He's gonna pass the turn again.
Yeah, he couldn't even bolt Angler there, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, yeah, he could have bolted Angler, but Patrick's not tapped out anymore. So I think Eddie wants to float a blue or black there.
Thought Scour? Yeah.
Yeah, Eddie.
I think Eddie just feels like he can't win this game.
Yeah.
I think he just.
Though he's had some opportunities to get back in.
He definitely could. I mean, yeah, because the only way Patrick could have dealt with that Angler is to Verdict, and that kills his own Geist.
Yeah. So if Eddie would have floated blue or black there, did he have a better play he could make? Cause
he could just cast Thought Scour for free.
Right. Cast Thought Scour for free. I mean, because Patrick's play basically just mana ramped Eddie. And
Yeah.
I think that might have been relevant. Especially if like Eddie had a Snapcaster in hand, he could have floated blue, Thought Scoured, and then had mana to like snap Ambush Viper this Geist and then try to bolt. I don't even know, but he definitely had plays to use with that mana.
Are we killing Angel? Yeah, we are. We're trying to Dreadboard.
Hey, that's a sorcery. That's a sorcery. Dreadboard's a sorcery. Yep, there we go. So maybe that's part of what explains Eddie's play here is that he thought Dreadboard was. Yeah. Okay. So.
Eddie is just dead to rights now. He just dies the Angel.
Yeah.
I mean, 'cause he could kill yet another. I guess he could kill one more Angel, but I don't know. Hey, Patrick has like 4 or 5 counter spells in hand.
Ooh.
Another Jace. All right. Well, we can Dreadboard that, and Patrick cannot dispel it. But then we just died a Geist.
Yep. Now Eddie could use this.
Man, imagine if we had a Gurmag Angler around all this time.
Well, I think Patrick probably has an answer for it, right?
It's only Verdict.
Well, he's got Cryptic in hand.
Okay, you could have bounced it after the 7 turns of getting hit for 5, sure. Well, this is not going to resolve, but it's a glimmer of hope.
Glimmer of Genius. Nah, probably not.
Yeah, not that.
Making blue with the Mystic Gate. Logic not.
We cannot Spell Snare that, right?
Nope, because the mana cost is greater. Okay, Eddie's going to scoop him up. Well, folks, that was Eddie, some things went wrong there. Yeah, a couple of things went wrong. Yeah, Eddie could have slapped an Angler. Unclear if Patrick could have answered it effectively, but at least would have staved off Geist or made Patrick work for it more.
Also would have killed Jace.
Killed the Jace before, yeah. Because he just minus that Jace twice in a row.
And then I think Eddie, like once that turn happened or whatever, Eddie felt like he lost the game from there. Like he just kept passing the turn, not doing anything.
Folks, we call that being tilted. Something goes wrong.
More like disheartened. I
think that is literally just the meme. I think tilted is the meme name for disheartened.
No, tilted means like you're angry at something that didn't go your way.
No, tilted just means you get off balance and you continue to tilt in that direction, whether it's anger or sadness.
I've never heard anyone use it in reference other than anger.
Tilt does not only mean anger. It means you're off balance, losing momentum, and falling continually in the same direction you tilted towards. It literally means tilting. So I think Eddie was tilted there, despite the fact that he was not necessarily, outwardly angry.
All right.
Maybe he's angry at himself. That's what it was. That's another way to put tilting.
Yeah, Grixis player does not know how to play that deck. That is likely true, but it is his first time playing it. So
yeah, definitely his first time.
Maybe he'll go back and watch this, see what plays he could have made.
Yeah, maybe he'll listen to your brilliant commentary, Mario. Find out that he could have bolted and end a turn and played that Angler. But I don't think that Angler would have won him the game.
Maybe not, but it would have given him a much better chance.
Yes, definitely. All right, folks. Well, Mario and I are going to go play some EDH.
Are we? Okay.
Yes.
I guess we'll do that.
Got it, folks. Got him to agree.
You can watch another cut short game of Kalia versus Brea, where at one point all our lands get blown up. So if you want to watch that, do stay tuned.
Man, someone sounds pretty salty over here.